Welcome to Turntables Podcast. I'm your host, Edwardo, and I got my awesome co-host here, High Roller the Dawn and Ray Funk.
What's up, y'all?
We in here. Let's go.
We're in here again.
Good.
Different locale.
Yes, sir.
Another one. Like DJ Khaled.
How are y'all feeling today?
Man, we're good. Good.
I feel like we had a lot to talk about this early morning.
Yeah.
Right? We are all fed. We got some breakfast. We had a small audience, but they left. And now
You might hear them come in every once in a while.
yeah, they might come in every now and then. So
It's all good.
Oh, that air kicked on and it feels nice.
Oh, it's right above you.
I feel it right here hitting my hand. So
Oh, you probably thought you were getting the Holy Spirit for a second. I thought that was God.
the wind.
But it was just
The wind is God.
What's up, y'all? How you feeling?
Perfect. I would say I'm feeling great. Feeling good. I guess we're gonna be getting into recap for this month.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
And I have a couple questions that I want to ask you guys and see where y'all at with this, because it's been quite a month.
Blast off.
Quite a month.
Still quite a month.
It's not even done yet.
No.
Yeah.
Nope.
It's barely begun at the tip of the ice. This is the tip of the iceberg right now.
It's like a new beginning of
Yep.
something, right?
Yeah. Genesis.
Yeah. All right. Well, I have it here. So let me ask this. What is one thing that you guys can share about from this month from your own personal health and wellness journey? Did you want anybody to go first, or should I go ahead and share it?
Go for it.
Go for it, man.
I guess overall from the month, what I really got from it is that, I'm still needing to get better on my choices when it comes to my health and wellness. And even though I was on a good run, something came into my life to totally just throw me off track. And for a little while, I just kind of all right, I stopped. I stopped just going to the gym. I stopped eating right. I was making poor choices.
How long ago was that?
Remember when that week we didn't do the podcast. We missed the podcast.
Oh.
And then ever since then, so what? The second week.
2 weeks ago.
Yeah, so 2 weeks ago.
So what do you think specifically what threw you off?
The sickness.
Oh, the sickness.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Remember?
So you actually physically got sick.
Yeah. For 4 days.
That sucks.
For 4 days. And, it really threw me off, bro, because then I started eating chicken noodle soup, and then I got the nice flavor of that, and it kind of weakened my self-control, and then I just started eating pizza just because it was quick and I wasn't feeling good. Like, all right, let me just eat a little bit of pizza. And
Yeah, I mean that's kind of understandable. I mean, you don't have the stamina or the strength to really prepare anything that's
at all.
Because we gotta admit, this eating healthy stuff, you have to actually physically
it's tough, bro.
Make it.
Prepare
it.
Exactly.
And there's places you could get. I guess there is the fast food healthy choices that you can get, but at the same time, it's just it's just take care of everybody.
Yeah, and yeah, exactly. And so the thing is too, though, man. I've heard of people where or I've even met people where even my some preachers that I'd follow. Mm-hmm. They would feel dog sick, right? And they would talk about it on the stand, how dog sick they were. And they couldn't even do nothing. And they're relying on God's strength completely to be up top to preach. And they're even in the process. I remember this one minister would say, man, are you guys getting anything? Because I feel so sick. I can't even tell if I'm getting through to you or if this is helping anybody. But everybody was saying, amen. And there were some that, came up to her. It's this is some of the best preaching you've had.
Oh, that's crazy.
Yeah, and then she was doing was just relying on God's strength, and because she felt completely sick, and it made me really think, man, how much am I really relying on God?
It's because it's interesting because you might just be speaking you might be speaking from a place of pain, you're in the trenches for real.
Yeah.
So you're you're already in a bad state,
right?
And it kind of helps you elaborate on pain,
right?
And
so it made me think, bro. It really kind of that I remember that. And I'm just thinking like, man, you know, even though I was feeling like that, I still had the choice to, you know, make healthier decisions, but I didn't. I chose the easy route because of how horrible I felt.
Yeah.
And it's not always the easiest thing to choose in the moment to still, you know, at least make something for yourself and eat healthy and even also like take care of the kids better. And it's, bro, you're down. When you're down, you're down.
Yeah.
So there's nothing for me. That's what I think. I can't get around. I didn't get around to it, but I could have. But you know,
now that you have hindsight, you're like, yeah, maybe I should have made a better choice.
yeah.
But in the moment, that's what you. That's what
I was
you
no.
felt.
It's completely no. Like
Yeah.
no. And but I think what I'm getting from that is like I definitely want to still, even though I got derailed, I still am. I got back up and I'm running the race again, and it slowly got, and I was slowly getting back on track. Right, even now to this up till this week, like, you know, I haven't been working out. But I've been doing my best to eat right, and I'm still trying to get on track, guys. Still trying to get on track, and because I feel like for the month it really excited me in the beginning.
Yeah.
And I was motivated. But what happens when all that stuff leaves, the motivation and all that? It's like, and then discipline kicks in.
That's where that David Goggins comes in.
Right.
Stay
That
hard.
dude, stay.
And I wasn't. And I was failing, bro. At least in my eyes, I was like failing, right? And
Yeah.
but bro,
Do you think that
been
you
challenging.
that sounds good. Do you think that do you work harder whenever, like, let's say you hop out the funk and then you're in the gym or wherever you are in your workout and you're just like, man, I'm gonna be more intense, or do you just catch that same
bro,
pace that you had?
I'm still in the wave, bro. Like even this morning, I was trying to get up this morning, I fell right back to sleep, bro.
Yeah, I was right there with you.
What?
But that guy that I was telling you about last night, that David Brecka guy. So he's one of those that started the kind of the cold plunge.
Oh,
Really?
yeah.
The cold plunge
He
thing.
started it.
Well, I'm
I
not
know what
saying
the
he
cold
started
plunge
it, but he's like a proponent of it. Like he anybody
encouraged it.
he encourages it and says like this is one of the things that will help you be what's this podcast called? A better human. I can't remember what it's called. I gotta look it up again, but I don't want to put my phone out. Anyways, everybody that he talks with, like he's done like a lot of like helped a lot of celebrities, and I've seen some of their interviews, and they always come to the cold plunge. Like that cold plunge is a game changer, but nobody is like, I'm ready to do it.
Yeah.
Every time, every morning, because it's a morning ritual for everybody. It's like one of the things that always like, okay, let me do this before I do that. And they try to avoid it as much as possible.
Yeah.
Right.
But once they do it, it's like, oh, that's what made the day for them.
Right.
But it's one of those deals where it's not a fun, pleasant
no.
experience. It's like a very stressful on your body, but at the same time it helps your body.
Yeah.
And of course, 40-degree water, it's not going to feel very good. So you don't want to.
No.
You don't want to be hurrying up to do that.
Yeah. No, definitely.
But that's one thing. It's like you're saying the struggle to get motivation, that you just have to fight through it.
Yeah.
Essentially.
And that's
what
where
it is.
discipline comes in, exactly.
Discipline, yeah.
Because I don't have it. I haven't been having it. For some reason, I'm just, that same energy I had in the beginning is not there no
fading.
more. It's gone, bro. It's
Yeah.
like now, up until this week, it's like it's gone. And I couldn't even bring myself up to
sucks.
wake up early in the morning. And I did, but I fell back to sleep. But I still got up at 6 a.m., but I was getting up at 4 preparing.
Oh, yeah.
And then I head to the gym. I got to be at the gym by 5.
Yeah.
But
That is early though, bro.
I know,
Don't
man.
feel too bad, but I get what you're saying.
It's
You know-
it's hard. It's been hard for me.
You know what I wanna, because I've been listening to that song, the one that I showed you, Young Bro. Shout out to Young Bro. Bro been going hard, dude, like crazy. And he's like, I wake up and I die every day. I'm like, damn. And I've been thinking about that. Like I wake up and like, deny myself. Wake up and die. Like, nah. You know what I mean? And it's just like that's same again. I know it sounds like a broken down record, but start from scratch every day. And like I've not, whenever I go to the gym, bro, I work out, and then when I'm about to hop into it, I'll be like, everything I'm about to do. People usually say, on three. Nah, I'm going on 1.
Yeah.
I mean, like if I'm gonna go into the steam room, like I'll psych myself out. I don't even psych myself out no more. It's just go in.
Go in, yeah.
And then whenever I come out, I'm like, I want to go into the pool and it's cold, really, really cold.
Yeah.
And I'm like, all right, on one.
Yeah.
I don't go I don't go on three. I don't like go to the steps and ease my way into the cold. Like, oh.
On one,
I gotta admit, I'm
bro.
that guy. I'm gonna just like tippy toe.
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's more torturous that way.
It is.
Yeah.
Because you're like,
Again with the Goggins, because he talks about callousing your mind.
yeah, okay.
The calluses on your mind. You get calluses on your hands because you know what I
Yeah,
mean. I feel like I've pretty well calloused my mind, pretty good. You know what I mean? When it goes to, because when I was at the gym yesterday, I was telling my partner there, I was just like, man, I don't even want to be here, but that's why I'm here. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
It's just it.
It's just muscling through it, man. And it's kind of like with work too, bro.
Oh man,
It's like I gotta
that's
go
a
to
whole
this
different
place.
level there.
I gotta go to this place. It's just let me just put my head down and just go through it.
Get it over with.
Get it over with. And just muscle through it. It's like it is a discipline. Like you have to sit there, take everybody's BS, and get through it.
That brings up a question in me, like, because I know you've been at your job or at least doing that type of work for how many years again?
Over 20, I think,
bro.
5 years.
How did you get through all them years, bro? Like, what was your thought process, or what did you tell yourself, or what were you doing? Like, what was going on
it
to
was
be able to make it that long? 20 years to me is like, wow.
Yeah, because what was your coping mechanism,
Bro? Yeah.
In other words,
well, when I first started, so my entry into the work that I was doing, I was an optical technician.
Mm-hmm.
So I was actually making the glasses.
So you started at the bottom, basically.
Well, not necessarily the bottom. Bottom's not the word. It's your placement. So you're really not out, doing retail or anything like that. You're just making. So say somebody already puts an order in for a pair of glasses. That person they talk to is called an optician. The optician is the one that is face to face with the patient, customers, selling them, types of lenses and stuff. What I do is I take that order, make the prescription to what that order asks for, and make sure it goes out with what it says, what it's supposed to be. So in that sense, I wasn't really dealing with public. So that's kind of what my longevity was where it was at. It was doing that for more than 20 years, doing that. And then opportunity came where, management position came up available, and I took it, and been doing the retail part now for, like 10 years now. So that's why I guess I've lasted so long, because I wasn't at one part of the business for that long that it didn't burn me out.
So how long were you in the optical part of, or I guess, what did you call it? The making of glasses?
Over 20 years.
Damn. Dude.
No, you started doing this in the back. You weren't dealing with no customers.
Right, yeah.
So for how long were you doing that?
Yeah.
Oh, 20 years?
By 20 years. So I guess, golly, man, going on 30 years, bro.
What?
Yeah. Now that I think about it, like, whoa.
That's impressive.
Yeah. So another reason, too, is the schedule that it gave me. I was pretty flexible. Doing my DJing business on the weekends, I was pretty flexible with it, with that job. So I can go do that thing and then, still keep my job, not really interfere as much. There were some things that like, oh gosh, I got to just take the whole day off and, ask for the time off and do the thing. But that was another reason too, is like the flexibility and
so that definitely
schedule.
helped you out to be able to stick it out.
Right.
Even on, because I would ask, so it wasn't really too bad for you to work there?
It wasn't. It's not. But at the same time, when you get to management, there's a different type of burnout.
Yeah. So what does that look like for you? The difference.
It looks like do I really want to keep doing this for the rest of my life?
Right. So
And
that's the burnout?
Well, the burnouts, you're tired of the job. You're tired of doing the same thing
over and over.
and it's really not necessarily a burnout for me that way. It's more of a burnout that I'm making somebody else,
Money.
you know,
Yeah.
giving them a comfortable lifestyle.
Hey, but on the other side of that, do you feel like were you using DJing? Well, I know you've always done that. Even you were doing that before the glasses thing, right?
No, no. It all kind of started together.
Intertwined.
Wow.
So
Yeah.
like, my question is like, do you think did DJing decompress you?
Yes.
Like how like managing was compressing you,
yeah.
and then
Yeah.
DJing
Well,
was
see,
just like,
here's the sad
boom.
part about it is now that I'm a manager, I don't make it a thing to. I'm more pick and choosing like DJ events.
Yeah.
I like this past weekend. I had a few, opportunities come up, and I'm just like I can't because I'm at work. I can't just get up and go
Yeah.
as I used to be able to. And now it's just like damn, like I can't. At the same time, I'm not hurting to do them anymore, like I used to. Because when I was doing the lab work, I kind of had to like supplement my income somehow. And that was another reason is I stuck it out so long. I really had to ask for more money over here at the job because I was making pretty good money doing the DJ thing. So it's just like I don't just keep working and
Bro, I forget that you make money on the DJ. That's badass because some people they have these hobbies where you're not getting paid. You
well,
know what I
I
mean?
see it started off as a hobby, but it wasn't a hobby.
You took
What
it
was
serious.
it?
No, I took it
Right,
serious.
it's a way of life.
It's a way. No, it's a way of life, bro.
It's a
It
lifestyle.
really is.
DJ was
Yeah.
life.
That's what's
Yeah.
up, bro. That's badass.
Yeah. So
That's badass, bro. I never really.
so that
understood
mix that I gave to you,
Yeah.
that's music that I like to DJ with,
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
That was my.
Cup of
If you
tea.
ask me what kind of music, like, well, here's my mix. Check this one
That's
out.
cool.
And it's not like a specific genre. It just
Yeah.
kind of like goes through like different types of styles of music. But and that's another thing. Like people lump me as a certain type of DJ.
Genre, right?
Yeah, because
What
that's
would it call?
the things that I get paid for is for like this bar style, club style
Oh yeah. Okay.
thing that I do to make money.
Mm-hmm.
But what I like to do is play that music that you listen to.
Yeah.
That's the type of music that I want to play for myself.
Right. Have you ever created like any lo-fi like that? Lo-fi.
I have. I mean, I started to, but then it's just too mellow and just
It's
too.
not for you.
It's not for like casual listening.
In other words, it's not.
It's
upbeat
it's
enough.
for a mood.
Yeah. Right.
You know, if you want to just relax and chill and just not like really, think about much.
Yeah.
That type of music that's what that's for.
Yeah. Lo-fi. Yeah.
To set a vibe.
Yeah.
Like you're eating a nice romantic dinner and you put that on and like that's the vibe, you know.
Yeah, I did that recently.
But the other stuff that I like is kind of like it's in between house music and some hip hop and
What's house music? Like just music they have just in the house?
no. House music
I don't know.
house music is a genre. So if you
I guess the style of it, right?
yeah, the style of it, it's definitely a constant, four on the floor. Yeah, but it could be
Or like house party music?
no,
Well,
no,
I don't
no.
know.
You're losing it,
Bro,
I'm missing
like,
the
It's
concept.
you got to show him to be.
Yeah,
able to
I mean it's
understand. 'Cause
a
there's
whole
so much.
movement. Yeah, man, it's so much. Like
think
there's so
I-
many genres.
Yeah.
So EDM, what do you think of EDM?
I don't even know what that is.
You got to show him examples.
Jesus.
Yeah, you got to show him the example of the music style. Somewhere
Jesus.
who's gonna understand it.
What do I know? This is your world. I'm just like gazing into it.
So okay, let's just stick with the house music.
Yeah.
Right? So basically, you make that. So would you call that house music, or what would you call that?
There's some of
style?
it. Some of it's house. Some of it's
It's like a mix, right?
It's a very
broad mix of what you like.
yeah.
So
It's,
you can't really
it's
put
definitely
you can't really put a.
it's definitely electronic
Yeah.
Label on it.
because some of it's sample based. Some of it's like house music.
Right. It's just mixes
very
of whatever you
mellow.
like. It's,
Yeah.
It's Raymond's mix, basically.
Yeah.
You know, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's cool. I think.
But yeah, if y'all listen to it, y'all notice there's not a different it's a different type of beat each song. It's like something different.
Yeah. Right.
It's not like a constant doom 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 doom.
Yeah, like what every like minute or a few minutes you change the
Just tempo?
and the beats
Yeah.
and the yeah. I like the mixes.
But then making it kind of like all cohesive and work together.
Yeah.
But that's my style of music. I don't know. How do we get here?
I don't know.
Well, we
I
were
have no
talking.
idea.
No, it's because or Harold asked
Oh, because I
something,
was
but-
just wondering, like, because like just having a day-to-day grind, and then you get
Yeah.
off work.
Mhm.
Like, how do you decompress? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because
that
I
was
feel like decompressing is so important, bro. Like, you need to
That was one of them.
you need to have your thing. You need to have your thing where you're just like, oh, now I can breathe and be me.
Yeah, well, I guess also too the DJing thing made me not really I'm not gonna say depend on the job, because I did depend on the job, not stress about the job.
stress about your
Yeah,
actual job.
yeah. Like I wasn't losing any sleep for anything that was going on at work. Like I really didn't. I sometimes still don't.
So it's
But-
almost like as if the DJing was like a prescription for the job.
No, it was. I think the job was kind of a excuse for me to be able to DJ.
Huh.
So when being a young father, people when I was growing up, people thought that DJing is not a real job. It's not a real like way to sustain your lifestyle and life.
Yeah, stability.
Stability, exactly. And that was my job, was just to hush that part. Although my love was for DJing, and I think that's why I stuck out so long doing that job, is because I just wanted to do the DJing and have this job, so I wouldn't have you're doing that full time. Also, not more for security is really what I did it for.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
And
the job,
not-
the job, or-
the job.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, the job.
Job
the
security.
DJ stuff was there, and it'd come and go, but it didn't last long.
At least you have that, man. Some people don't have nothing.
Don't have no hobbies.
They don't have nothing.
Drugs and alcohol.
There you
That
go.
was me.
I wanted to. I wanted to, but
That was my
Yeah.
alcohol back then.
this dude being open, honest, and transparent.
That really was.
No, that's
serious
definitely
stuff.
for sure. No, and now I think about it now, like people, how do people just? I can see how people pick up hobbies and start doing other things because they don't have the thing that takes up their time. Like
Craft.
like a craft, like say for instance a side hustle. Like I don't
Right.
understand how people don't have side hustles.
Yeah.
I really
It was
don't.
a side hustle too, though.
Well, it was a side hustle for sure, but it was still a dedication.
Commitment.
To your
Commitment.
life,
Yeah,
to
to my-
your own life.
Yeah,
Yeah,
for
so
me,
it's
it was for
personal
me.
development. Basically,
Yeah, in a way.
I mean, and to me, it's like in your creative, which is going to go into the next.
Yes,
month,
the
but-
creative. Oh my gosh.
So it's like
definitely.
it's like you go to work and like, this is for you, family. Oh, but whenever I'm DJing, this is for you, Ray.
yeah.
I mean,
yes.
it's for me.
Well, it was for everybody,
that's,
though.
that's
Yeah.
healthy. That's healthy. I feel.
That definitely was it, and and that's the thing too. I feel kind of selfish now after the fact doing that.
Really?
Because all the things that I missed out on weekends because I was committed over here to do such thing over here. I missed out a lot with my kids.
Yeah.
But I was able to provide things for them, and
That's the sacrifice.
that's the sacrifice, and it sucks. But I just wanted better for them. I wanted them to not get that like I would get. Like, oh, you want to play sports? No, you're not gonna do that. Them, I gave them the free will to do whatever they wanted,
Have it all.
and like, okay, you got to do that. Okay, let me go make some money, and we'll be able to provide that for you.
Have it all. Have it all.
Yeah,
I think that's a part of being a father, though, man. The sacrifice.
Mhm.
Because I feel like that's I've seen it in America and just in our own small space of people, men
Mhm.
in our lives. They've always had to sacrifice something,
No,
you
yeah.
know, for the betterment of their family
Right.
or career, whatever. And even like how God sacrificed His Son Jesus, like.
Right.
And I feel like any successful person, bro, has to sacrifice. Sucks, but
Something that means a lot to
yeah.
them.
Especially if you're trying to get to a certain place when it comes to success, finances.
yeah.
But at the same time, I know there's men out there, bro, that still somehow, even in their busy work schedule, will find the little time they have to be with their family and maximize the experience with them.
Yeah.
You know, but I think it teaches the kids something. Like it's good to sacrifice. I think it's okay to sacrifice, but if you can get to a place where you can, like, for example, you can be home and you work and you can spend time with the kids all day, but it's also going to take a discipline to train them up, you know, in their values. And even if you're doing homeschooling, it takes work to homeschool them. That's a whole other job.
Oh yeah.
And it's a lot of work, man. It's a lot of work, and that's what me and Grace want to do. That's where we're heading, is to, you know, homeschool Jetty and praise. But it requires a lot of energy, a lot of learning on our part to be able to do that.
Right.
And a lot of patience, a lot of discipline, to have activities to do. And
Well, there's definitely communities that'll help you with that.
and that we found that out. We found that out. But that's what's cool about it. We found communities that will have the same, I guess, goal.
Yeah. Right.
But success, bro, like sacrifice, I think that's important in any man's life. Sacrifice and commitment is key to, and hopefully it's worth it. Hopefully it'll pay off in the end for whatever that you're doing.
Yeah, that's what you hope for.
Hopefully it will.
Well,
yeah,
for some people it doesn't,
I feel
bro.
like.
Some people it doesn't. Like, for example, like Raymond, would you have been somewhere when it comes to DJing in your career? Did you have a dream to be somewhere as far as money and
Yeah, I mean, I think so. I think
and-
so. Now, but looking now, it's just like, man, that looks like a pain in the ass.
It is.
It's like I see all these other guys like touring and doing, like one thing I did strive for, and I didn't push after I kind of figured out like what the situation was. Being like one of these DJs that travels from city to city, does different clubs, major clubs.
Yeah.
Like at first I wanted to strive for that, and then I just started seeing like, well, you have to like pretty much plan a whole weekend just to go play at this one place, get paid once for one gig, and then another day to like get back home, and then it just
It's not worth it for you. It wasn't worth it.
The hours that it was going to take to do all that, it just didn't seem worth it to me. Like, I'd rather just make the money here locally, maybe spend one day instead of 2 or 3 to do the thing over there, and then come back. Like, I'd rather just dedicate maybe 8 hours for one gig, take care of the gig, and be home the same night.
And I think if it just depends on the person. Depends on the person, on how successful you want to be or become.
For sure.
And you have to weigh out the costs.
And at that point, I was okay with just being a regular, average DJ, mobile DJ company, and I was okay with it.
That's good.
Yeah.
Contentment. That's what I see. Content. You were content at that. And that's good. I think that's where I am too with my business. I'm content with where I am, bro, but at the same time, it's like I know what is required of me to eventually one day. The goal is to make $1 million. That's great and dandy and all that, but bro, the work that is required to be able to hit that, it's a lot of work. It's a lot of patience. And it's still a dream, bro. But like, this is what I'm saying. Like, going back to being derailed.
Let's do it.
But this is what I'm saying though. Like, going back to being derailed, right? It's like I get thrown off, bro. Get thrown off, and I'm still, I always Of course, I pray and all these things, and I still go to God to ask me to help me get back on track. And bro, it's a constant. It's consistent, like how things happen like this, bro. And I'm still having to, if I can be disciplined in my the way I eat and my exercise, then of course I'm going to be the same way in my business, because I'm not.
Oh yeah, right.
I'm not. Like you say, what's that famous saying you always just say?
How you do anything is how you do everything.
That travels with me in every
aspect
of my life, bro.
So what to your question, to answer your question, bro, 2 words, bro: maintaining momentum. That's it for me. Maintaining momentum. Anytime I see myself lacking that momentum, no. You know what I mean? It might take a little bit more out of me, but no.
Right.
I don't want to lose that momentum. Like, oh yeah, I kind of screwed up, so now I got to make up for that. No. Just keep momentum. You won't even need that extra energy because it's almost like it's extra energy whenever you lose that momentum and then you're trying to get that momentum back. It's like you're going to spend less momentum on keeping your momentum instead of actually losing the whole thing and then trying to catch up with your own self.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I think
that's how I feel about that.
What I'm doing, bro. I think I'm slowly getting there. Getting there. But even with this podcast too, I think we're still good.
Yeah.
We're still okay.
Yeah.
We're being consistent.
Steady pacing it. Steady pacing it.
And we're actually, I feel like we've
1 week at a time.
Yeah, bro, and it's been
where I feel like
I've been enjoying it, bro, like cuz I feel like I really am getting to know y'all better too.
Oh, for sure.
As well as like in a group setting, just seeing how y'all work in a group setting as a team, and it's good, you know, and I feel like I've been just feeding myself, bro, to try to just become a better interviewer.
Yeah, man, it's like we got to be team leaders.
Yeah.
Like the way I see it like we've got off to a running start, and at this point we're sprinting the way I'm looking at it. We're on a full sprint right now.
Right.
And here in the future, we might even have to slow down just a bit.
Right. So I don't know, you already answered, but.
No, Howard didn't.
Howard didn't answer.
No. Oh, I think we're still on me.
For the question. Oh, were you done though?
No, we're done. We're done.
I know we kind of we go.
I done forgot the question already, bro.
No, I think you answered it, bro.
You
answered it. Because Harold kept bringing you back to it.
Run it back one more time.
The question.
What I got from this month, basically.
Yeah, there you go.
Overall, like it being the last month, what did you get?
Besides the maintaining momentum, man. Pursuing peace, and when I see my peace, like I look at my peace like, oh, I had to. It's like right now in my peace, I have created momentum in keeping this peace, and it's just like, just being peaceful and like embracing God every day, waking up and like I said. Waking up and dying every day, dying to my flesh, like, you know, just like remembering, like, I matter, of course, but it's just like, I wake up and I just tell myself, like, you matter, sure, but you don't matter. Like, it's everybody else that matters, you know, and it's just like, I'm no longer living for me.
So what does dying look like for you? If you can give maybe an example. Like in your routine.
I've gotten so used to just not wanting to be fleshly. When I say fleshly, I mean like, you know, it's like I was telling my partner also, like, you know, going to the gym and like, I'll be honest, like, you know, like a lot of dudes, you know, they want to say like, you know, can't wait to go to the gym, you know, check out some ass and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. And it's just like, nah, I'll be there and I control myself. And it's just like, in that moment, it's about improvement. You know, in that moment, it's about, you know, going hard and then having a certain level of peace when I'm done. And it's like chasing that peace every day. But then again, peace shouldn't even be chased. It shouldn't have to be chased. I should already have it. You know what I mean? And it's almost like if my peace were a sword, you know what I mean? It's just a sword, and it's like every day I'm waking up with my rock and I'm just sharpening it. And God, and that's so crazy. God is my rock, bro. Yeah. And he's my, you know, the catalyst. He's what I need, and he's what I use to just
sharpen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
You know, and it's crazy, man. Did I tell you about you probably heard this because you're older. Have you heard that story about what is it, a lumberjack? The lumberjacks that cut the wood.
Okay.
You ever heard that one? About the old. It's a teaching about the old lumberjack and the young lumberjack.
Talk about it. I don't know.
So there's a young lumberjack, and he's brand new. He's new, and he's strong. He's fast. He's ripped. He's big. He's
sounds
swole.
like a young guy.
He's the shit. You know what I mean? And so like he goes. And he's like, man, you know, I'm the best out here. You know, I'm the best lumberjacker. I could cut the most wood. I could cut down all these trees the fastest, the quickest, the most. You know what I mean? You know, I'm the best. It's the best.
Yeah, yeah.
So and then like, you know, and then there's this old cat, and he's like the old school, you know, and he's like old. He looks old. You know, he's not that
old
big.
And wise.
Yeah, he's not that big, he's not that ripped, but he's in there, bro. He's in the game. And like, he's the OG. And so the young cat, he's like, he's like, I challenge you, old man, because he has he has this reputation that he's the best. But here comes this young guy and he's like, nah, bro, I'm the best. And he's like, you want to prove that, young boy? You know what I mean? You want to prove that? You want to put it to a competition? And he's like, oh yeah, for sure, let's go. So needless to say, they begin this competition and he starts hacking down these trees. He hacks down about 10, 20 trees, this young man. And then he hacks down the tree into like logs, into basically a big old pile of wood. He's like, yeah, I got 20, 25 trees. And he looks up, and the old man, he's steady pacing. He's probably got about 5, 10 trees. And then like he's done with these 30 to 50 trees. Like, yeah, what now, old man? He looks over at the old man and he's sitting down. He's resting. He's like, what are you doing, old man? You're losing. You're lacking.
Oh.
Needless to say, he keeps going. Boom, boom, boom. I got like 50 trees. I got 60, 70 trees, bro. And then like he hacks down his first 100 trees and he looks over at the old man. He's just sitting there, resting. He's just like, yeah, keep going. The girls are cheering on the young man.
Yeah.
And he's like, at the end, he's like, man, he's like, let's do the count. Young man has 120 trees chopped down. And they count the old man's, he's got about over 400 trees cut down. He's like, how? Yeah, man, how did you win? He's like, well, look, every time you were, going hard as you could, you know what I mean? I was sharpening my blade. I didn't have to put in nearly as much effort as you. So
He didn't stop.
Yeah.
So like, and so it's just like
He was hacking him down with a dull blade.
yeah, exactly. Now you get it. So it's like, in our lives, sometimes we try so hard and we're beating down life and we're hacking away, and we forget to sharpen that blade. We forget to sharpen ourselves, so we're having to work 2 times, 3 times,
Harder.
10 times harder.
Yeah.
Whenever you really could just be taking 10 steps back, 2 steps back, even 1 step back, and just sharpen your blade a little bit so that your efforts don't have to be so much.
It could still be
Bro,
just
you know what?
consistent.
Like
that
butter.
that
like
goes
butter.
into the story where we're talking about, like, even though like I feel like I got derailed, it forced me to sit back and rethink what I was doing on some things.
Sharpen up. Got to sharpen up.
On what I need to sharpen.
Wow.
What I need to sharpen. What I need to work on. What prioritize again. And it sat me down like that. And I'm like thinking, what's going on with me? Why is this happening? Like, why is this happening? Yeah. And that week, you remember the week? That whole week was like what's going on? Like, Lord, please help me. Like, what am I? Like and it's always just self-reflect. What am I doing wrong?
Right.
And it's not nothing. It's just sometimes these things happen, and it makes us slow down, think about what's going on. Maybe like even through all that, I was still praying and just trusting God just to help me through it. And I was being worked on. I was being worked on, like with my patience, with me trusting in God. Like God was sharpening those areas in me where of just trusting, just be patient, don't worry. He's working things out, and I'm like,
being Edward, being impatient.
Right. You all get it. So it's like. So
I need to be uploaded already.
I need to do something. Like working hard, like that young guy you're talking about.
Yeah.
It's like
and
then God's the old man,
The judge. Oh,
the old man. He's the one that knows. He's
like, man,
the experienced. And what do I know? I'm just a young man.
Look, Edward.
Yeah.
You're working with a very dull blade there, buddy.
Yeah, exactly. So
wow.
And I started, that week I started actually, I think I started picking up my Bible more to start studying. Normally, I would just read the Bible or listen to it, but I'm like now back into studying it, bro. So I have stopped studying the Bible a long while back ago, years ago. So I'm back on the pace of just studying my Bible, and I failed to I forget those things. Like that brought that up, like what you're saying. So it's like, it's only God, bro, and It's
But
amazing.
take it gracefully.
It's amazing, bro, and it's all a part of his plan. And so yeah, but that's a good story. Have you heard that story before, Ray?
Something similar to it, but
Yeah.
yeah, that's a pretty good story. I the
good
sharpening the blade was like, damn, that was pretty cool.
I think it was. I don't remember who it was that said that.
Well, real quick, while y'all think about that, we're back.
But no, yeah, talking about the axe story.
Yeah.
It also like brought me back. That story was bringing me back to yesterday's conversation we had on the phone about the name of the podcast. Like how
Yes.
I said, that was very simple and profound.
Uh-huh.
But that was for me was a reminder because I got so caught up in the theme
Right.
and the studying and this researching of our themes of the month,
Right.
to educate and just fill myself with that, right?
Mm-hmm.
But Turntables is the name of the podcast, and you know I've been listening to that Audible of I forgot the name of it. I should have wrote it down, but I've been listening to it, and one thing that he said that you know you should always ask yourself before in any interview or any person you want to have on your interview or your podcast is to ask why do you want them here? Why should they be here? And what do they have to share with the world?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and those questions were coming to me. I'm like, man, that's so good and it's so purposeful. Like, what is it about them that, you know, that I
Has value.
Right. What can they give?
Yeah. What value can they give?
What can they give?
our
and
listeners?
Why, yeah, exactly. And it's why are they here? And it's like, so it you even kind of like reaffirmed by the name Turntables.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like you were saying like how, you know, to remember like whenever we're asking somebody, whoever we have on, the next person we have on is to ask them from a place where, you know, where they were in a place where it wasn't looking so good and what happened or did the tables ever turn? And so it's like that like it was like missing puzzle. Like I forgot it and you put that puzzle back in me. So it's like now I know what to do when it comes to our first interviewee guest.
We're calling him guest.
Let's call him guest. And so
Interviewee.
I don't know what you know.
Guest.
That's a good one.
Freestyle. But yeah, so that's now I feel like that's a missing puzzle for me. Now I know how to go about it better.
Cool.
And I wanted to get into next month.
Okay.
So about
Creativity.
inspiration, and I think innovation for the theme.
Was it self-innovation or
Okay.
just innovation? How would you even break down? How would you even break down innovation?
Innovation is like paving another way.
Innovating.
Yeah, innovating.
Paving a way.
Yeah.
It's a way that hasn't been paved.
So how, like we said last night, I feel like it might have been done before, but I feel like we're innovating this way of like, because I'm about to spit it right now because I just want to like how the tables have turned for me. It was like always about like if there was ever gonna be a mic in my face, it's gonna be because I'm creating a song, right?
Mm-hmm.
I'm creating this song, and in a sense, I kind of see the tables turning for you too with your whole DJing, and it's just like you know what's next. I was kind of like that. What now? What now?
Mm-hmm.
You know, and the God, I feel like he turned the tables on me. Like, look, you can sing and all that crap. That's cool. You can rap and all that stuff, and that's cool. You know what I mean? But at the same time, I've been having even your like not only just your parents, but you know deep down like there's something that I need you to be doing, and that's this. You know what I mean? Just having a voice and having this platform and using it for positivity, using it for good. You know what I mean? For building people up, you know, for having people be more encouraged to be determined and disciplined in their own lives, you know what I mean? And stuff like that. And it's just like, man, you know, I always wanted to use music as like a catalyst to like, you know, help people like, oh, you know, my main purpose always has been like, at first it was just because I was young, I was 15, you know, so I was childish. I wanted to get rich and all that crap, blah, blah, blah. But it was just like,
That's all of us, man.
after a while though, it was just like, okay, I want to make a song where like, I want to make something to where somebody's having the worst possible day of their life. They're at the point they want to kill themselves, and then they hear one of my songs and they don't feel like that no more. I want to uplift people
That's
who
powerful right there. Yeah.
I want to uplift people who are feeling like garbage, who don't want to live no more. And I feel like this is an even better way. See, because it's crazy because the tables have turned a couple times for me. Because, like, at first it used to be drawing. I would draw. People would say, oh, draw me this, draw me that. Okay, that was fun and everything. But and then it turned into, like, you know what? I want to make music. That's a different kind of art. So it went from making art pieces on pieces of paper. Like, this is not effective. This could be burnt. This could be thrown in the trash. This could be thrown away. You know what I mean? Oh, but what
lost forever.
Yeah, lost forever. But what about recording? Okay, so now I'm recording music. Okay. And it's just like, okay, but I feel like this is where that's how the tables have turned. I never thought they would turn this way, because it's just like I still have these beats in my face and in my mind and in my brain, and it's like I kind of have that urge to want to make music and stuff still, but this is the most effective way possible for me to, like, you know, just speak to people directly. You know what I mean? Like,
Not without a production, or with having to sit down and write out verses that kind of like rhyme and it's and just free flowing. Like, this is the way.
Yeah, because this is like freestyling too.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. Like, it's just off the top of the head, and you already know. You know, I've right. You know what I'm saying? If anybody asks me to freestyle, it's gonna happen. It not anymore. You know what I mean? But it's just like, nah, man. Like, this is where it has. This is where I have to be. You know what I mean? Anyways.
I think that's good. And you still got those abilities,
you still can do that.
You still could if you. I think, bro. You know, it's crazy because you know how some, like, even raps, like, people starting out as rap artists. You know, you hear those stories. They first started out as rapping, and they became, you know, they became great, and they ended up starting other businesses or other things.
Yeah.
And eventually they got into what they really wanted to do. So over time, that changes. You're
not even what they really wanted to do, but what they're purposed
or what
for.
they can do or able to do.
Yeah,
you know.
But I feel like it's what they were purposed for. It's like, yeah, you may have done all this. That was probably just for you. But it's just like at the end, God was like, you know, I still need you to fulfill my purpose still, boy.
Purposes, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It's just like,
yeah.
I feel like this is like me being in this space. See, at first I thought I was, in a sense, yeah, it's what I wanted to. This is what we wanted, you know what I mean? And it's just at the same time, I feel like this is God's purpose playing out in our lives too.
Also, like, you know, whenever, say for example, like I remember stories like how, man, I don't remember the exact story, but basically what I do remember is like how guys would do everything they ever wanted to do, and they got to such a point where they didn't even care about doing anything for themselves anymore. They got to a point where they just wanted to start helping other people.
Yeah, yeah.
And making other people's dreams come true.
Yeah.
And I feel like that's what it's really.
Instead of their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like that's where you're most impactful is reaching others, and like even when Nick Cannon, like he started that, you know. Wild and Out, bro. And how he brought everybody in, and they were like, nobody knew them. They were up and coming. They were doing something, but he picked them out, and then eventually now they just became like popular, and they're doing their own business. Like even
Kevin Hart came from there.
Did he?
Oh, what's his name?
Kevin Hart. Yeah.
He's trending right now. Cat Williams came from there too.
Cat Williams.
There's a lot, bro. A lot of comedians. A lot of people. Even Justina. She's really funny, bro.
I feel like no offense to Nick Cannon, but I feel like y'all giving Nick Cannon a little bit. You're giving Nick Cannon a little bit too much credit, but he didn't come from there. I feel like Kevin Hart, especially, and Cat Williams, just came through.
No, yeah.
I didn't say that Cannon. I said when he started, because Nick Cannon was already a movie star. He was Nickelodeon.
Yeah,
and then
he was giving him platforms to come on.
Yeah, he gave him platforms to shine, bro. And then, like for example, Justina, she's been there forever. And what's his name with that tattoo?
Yeah, that guy been going hard.
So they all came up, bro. They all came up, and it's like, wow, like just from that platform. My example is from that platform, and that, bro, anything can happen when it comes to stuff like that.
Yeah,
bro.
do you know that guy's name? The one with the tattoo right here?
I forget his name, bro.
The one that's always like big headed boy.
Yeah,
he's the one that
be
started
looking like Chris Tucker. He be sounding like Chris Tucker back then, but I don't remember.
Damn. I have to find out his name. I'll find out his name. I want to find out his name.
I forgot his name. So that's all I had for today.
That's it.
What? That's it, bro. It was hard for me to try to find things to recap about, because I feel like last week we recapped too.
Yeah, we did recap.
And it's like, okay. But that's why I wanted to talk about going into next.
So so I guess let's talk about just in the future. What do we think What? So what we went through this month. What do you think how are we gonna go into next month? So now that you,
my
yeah,
brother-in-law George.
no, I'm just talking about what you've gone through this month. So what you had this month going on, you were sick, right? You had these revelations of, I need to work on this, work on that. You feel like you're going to go into next month
Right.
achieving that?
Well, now I got to go into creativity. Now I got to get inspired by other people's
Ideas.
way of being, ideas, and ask questions. But I also want to start inviting guests for next month. So
Yeah, I got that.
So that's what I'm saying. So what I'm saying is like that's gonna be it's a new factor because now I gotta ask them questions
So
about not only for of themselves or the turntables, but also creativity, innovation. If there's ever been a creative, like Jairo just kind of shared about his
I heard all that.
So yeah, that's my answer. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
I was just thinking what you learned this past month. Are you going to take it into next month?
Oh,
that's really what I was asking.
Okay. No, yeah, then. Okay, so yeah, that's a good question. So,
is it something that's going to carry on from here on out? Is what I'm asking.
I would say my patience level, my comfortability with you guys as a group, that has gotten for me. I feel more comfortable with you guys being in this room without the stress of the audience and overwhelmed sensation. I feel like I feel more comfortable now, and being on those phones, bro. I really enjoy our phone calls, and I feel like it's lighter. It feels it's like it's lighter, and we're on the same page. And even if we kind of fall off, okay, we can talk about it now. We're comfortable to talk about those hard, conversations or difficult conversations.
Yeah, challenging topics.
Yeah, because it feels like it was uneasy in the beginning. Like, I don't know, but I feel like we've gotten better with that. And now going into next month, it's going to be maybe another challenge with having another guest. Maybe, I don't know, it's another level of like,
breaking the ice.
It's like, what's going to happen? Like, because it's a new experience.
We'll get better at it.
And that's I guess that's what I was bringing too about the turntables meaning is having guests that are in line with that.
Right.
Our meaning of the podcast.
And that was like that. So that helped me.
Yeah. So if they're in line with what we're talking about, or kind of how we envision, it's just say, like, for instance, if one of us were to just not be here, could we have somebody else in that would pretty much fill that void?
Oh, okay.
So I guess that would be that type of.
So just basically,
fill in?
Basically,
no, well, not necessarily. I'm not saying to fill in, but if it were to just for us to like understand the concept, if we're gonna have a guest, they're gonna be able to just flow right into our conversation.
Yeah, be able to pick up what we're putting down.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah.
See that's what I'm saying. Like, that's what I need to. There's a lot of thinking in that, but to get it that way, you were saying.
No, I'm not. Okay, I think you're going over what I'm trying to say.
Okay.
I'm trying to say, for us to have guests on, we should have a guest that's going to just flow with our conversation. Not just have anybody on.
Right.
Like, hey, let me just
get
my neighbor over here. He's cool. Like, just put him over here.
Right.
He's not, in line to what, I guess, on brand, bro, is what I'm trying to say.
I feel like one good way would be like when they're here, right here in front of us, and even before with the whole screening them before they come in, it's just like, I was just wondering, like, hey, talk about how you thought you had your life figured out. I think I was just telling you this. I don't know if we're on the same. I was like, talk to us about like, a point in your life where you thought you had it all figured out. You thought you had everything all figured out, and life came up and just slapped you in the face and told you no.
Yeah, that's it.
Like, nah, the tables have turned for you. And then then they could go off on that.
Then there's a vice versa.
Yeah, how?
Because, okay, say they did get slapped.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so what happened? Was there an upside to that, or did you just stay down?
Yeah, that too.
That's what we're trying to figure out.
That's
so
what we're trying to get at.
We're trying to get people that are in line with
either
the tables have been turned for them already.
Either
so
or.
they've
right.
Well, no. So do we want to have people on that are still going through it?
if they want to. I feel like that's very important to
It
to
is.
talk
It
to
is
them.
important, but
Like,
see,
it's
at
like,
the
would
same
y'all
time,
like
that's
to-
going to be the quality of the guest. You know, if they're at a low part of their life, do we want to put that out?
Yeah, are they even gonna want to
Yeah,
talk about that?
exactly.
Yeah,
It makes sense.
like
So
be.
that's what I'm saying. Like having somebody that's already the tables have already turned
For the
them,
better, though.
For the better.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so then that's the way. That's
Because that's the way we're trying to portray
turntables.
the tables. Like the tables have been turned for you guys.
Because there is that opposite way where
No,
but
for sure.
But I'm saying they're already there's podcasts already out there like freaking Adam 22 and all craziness.
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
like terrible things as you know.
No, that's
That's
a whole dark.
entertainment, though.
Yeah, it is entertainment.
Degenerate, what they call it.
Yeah, degenerate, and some of the people that he has on is it's quality of guests. You know, like you're gonna be in that world to
That's a
know
whole
who they
other
are.
world. Yeah, that's not where I'm going with this.
Yeah.
So okay,
So I mean, and we don't have to put this in.
that's fine.
But,
You can leave it.
But that's what I'm trying to say is like the quality of the guests. Do we want to have just anybody on, or do we want to have people on that are going to be to what we're talking about? Is the tables have been turned in your life?
It's not just gonna be just anybody. They're gonna
Yeah.
they're gonna have something to say.
We want to get people who have
Like for example,
a message.
like for example, this is an interesting one because I talked to my sister, and she just recently had to go through a separation, and she just recently, I'm pretty sure her tables turned because she, you know, like 'cause she was married, you know what I mean, and she has her baby boy, and now she's basically on some single mother stuff. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Just like, so basically she's having to walk in my mom's footsteps, which is very interesting. And it's just like a lot of these women out here are for sure having to go through that. You know what I mean?
Oh, for sure.
Getting left and they're leaving their spouse because of this or that. And it's just like, you know, talking to her, you know, I asked her, I was like, you want to get on and, you know, talk about this whole single mother crap? She's like, yeah, I'm down. I'm like, damn, that's crazy. I never thought that she'd be down like that.
Okay, so then that would go into therapy.
Huh?
Wouldn't it be therapeutic? Because she's in the process
Sure.
right now. Because here's another thing.
But she'll talk about how she's being a single,
Right.
how being strong, staying strong.
Right. So there's a negative and a positive to that.
What's the negative?
Because she could be totally distraught. Okay, not saying her, but anybody. And if we have somebody like just women like who are in her situation, they could be totally distraught about it because their husband just divorced them. And there's women that probably be super happy because that marriage was super
toxic.
Yeah, it's like all right, yeah, free.
Yeah,
you know what I mean. So it's like it's double.
Even on the other side of that coin, she like, you know, because I'm not really honestly on 100% sure of who left who or whatever like that. But it's like, even though despite who left who, I feel like she's even down enough to be like, you know what, I may even still be in this rough patch, but I'm making it through and give younger, because I've talked to her about this already. It's just like, you know, if anything, you can probably give, you know, shed some light for the young women out there who are becoming single moms. Like, oh, if she can do it, then I can do it. You know what I'm saying? Then you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Anyway,
I think it's a journey for us, bro, because I don't know people's comfortability level.
Yeah. But it's just like, if they're hopping on a podcast and they know they're gonna be on YouTube and crap like that, like, hey,
but
you gotta know, you gotta prep.
There would be yourself. A sense of responsibility on us where we lead them
down a brighter path. If anything,
or if anything, encourage, or maybe I don't even know, but I guess I want to create this space to where it's like what's the word, safe place, you know, at the same time. But if they do want to open up and share stuff like that. All right, go for it.
It's on them.
Go full Kanye.
Yeah, well, yeah, that too. I mean, that too. But at the same time, it's like we gotta have some level of like, okay, some level of direction and leadership. Like, okay, let's
be able to steer the podcast.
Right, steer the conversation and you know, and hopefully
have it lighthearted, like you say.
Well, in the beginning.
Well, another thing we could do for guests is that they can screen like questions.
Yeah.
Like, hey, these are questions I'm planning on asking.
Yeah, we talked about that.
You know, like, are you okay with that?
Right.
Yay or nay? And if there's a few ones that they don't want to talk about, just cross it out.
Like, okay, won't talk about that. Won't talk about this.
Right.
Because at least have that respect for.
That's-
for
Yeah,
Yes,
and because
that's
we don't
good.
want to
I
make
like
it
that.
uncomfortable with them, and if we do see them uncomfortable, we gotta
Yeah.
work to be like, okay, let's steer this way,
Make it
and-
lighter, make it...
Yeah, because
yeah.
we don't. Because dude, imagine if a female, your sister, for
Yeah.
instance, 3 guys, like that alone, that could probably make a woman a little uncomfortable.
sure.
You know what I mean? And it's like, okay, we've got to think about that, and not only that, it's just like,
Yeah, take it into account.
right, because
Put ourselves in her shoes.
right, because we don't know how we could make any woman feel if with 3 dudes. You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah,
Yeah.
especially if we're not, we don't
really know her.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
And they don't
I-
they don't know our like
who we are.
like
she'll
types of questions, or the
Yeah.
way I phrase things might make her uncomfortable.
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm just...
Right, and it's the best. We're
Yeah.
only doing the best we can, and it's like we can't always
Yeah.
make it perfect.
Well, one thing that would make her a little comfortable is at least me being her brother and stuff
Yeah,
like that.
Oh yeah, for sure.
You know what I mean?
No, yeah.
So but I feel like it's good that we're talking about if we were to bring a woman on,
Right.
Because some men can be a little female,
Right.
like feminine,
Right.
So it's like, I feel like us prepping for a woman is like us ultimately preparing for a dude. It's gonna be a walk in the park with a dude.
Well, I
In a
think they're
sense.
different overall.
Well, yeah, and they're different creatures. So
But you know something, bro? I guess when it comes to a woman, it's like I feel like I'm more softer and gentle. I do my best
yeah,
because bro, I know how I could be when it comes to dudes, but with
Yeah.
women, it's like, all right, let me
take
be more
some steps,
gentle,
take a
yeah.
few steps back.
Yeah, because it's like, all right, well, I don't want to,
Yeah, ruffle any
It's-
feathers.
Yeah, yeah. It's just,
Nah.
I guess it's almost just something that developed over the years. But
Yeah.
I don't know how y'all feel about that, having a woman, or
yeah,
any woman.
I'm good with it.
Yeah,
I think it would be progressive.
for
Yeah.
us, yeah, for sure. Maybe for that, for,
For
her
the-
too, for
the-
anyone,
yeah.
any female.
That's what I'm saying. Like just, like to have a woman's voice on here, like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I
That'd
mean
be-
that would be nice to have a lady's
woman's-
perspective.
right.
Like how their tables have been turned.
Yeah,
That'd be kind of cool.
Sure.
yeah, for sure. Yeah,
I think
It's
that's
like,
the,
how
that,
you-
that
how you-
would be one of the goals.
like
is
how are
to
you
get
dealing
there.
with this? Like how are you dealing
Yeah.
with it? Like, well, this is how, and then it's just okay. Then roll with that. We'll roll with that. Because Jackie's like my sister specifically is a pretty. She's a real like behind closed doors. She's probably has her moments, but it's like when it's out in the open, it's like she's very strong,
bro? And you know what though? That's what you got to bring out when she's here.
Oh yeah.
You know what I mean?
Amplify that.
You have to bring that out.
Yeah, let
side
that
of
get
her.
amplified. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if she's willing to show that stuff,
We'll get her
yeah,
jacked
other
up
stuff,
with
though.
caffeine as well. So
Yeah.
Yeah.
Does she like coffee? Oh,
Yeah,
then that's another thing. We got to ask them what kind of drinks they like. That way we can
Yeah.
like.
She's a
have-
single mom, so
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure
She's like
coffee
super
has a
coffee
lot
up.
to do with
Yeah.
it.
But it's good. I think it would be good to consider like what they prefer to drink. That way they can, or at least have some waters ready for
It
them.
sucks because my dad never shuts the hell up.
Yeah.
And I asked him if he wanted to get on. He was like, no. I was like, what? Why? He's like, I don't know how to talk. I was like, that's all you ever do.
What?
I was like, that's all you ever do is talk about
It's
all day. Like,
different.
It's all normal to him. Yeah.
It's different though when you're on the pod. Remember, like in the beginning, it felt different. It's just like, whoa, this is I could barely talk. But
Yeah, but at the same time, you think about it, like who's really listening? It's just this camera.
yeah, nobody's in here really.
Nobody's in here, and
yeah.
Yeah,
whatever.
that's true. It's like a regular conversation. Just
Yeah,
block all this out.
yeah. It's just like whatever, lights and
But then
camera.
you gotta
and-
remember
yeah.
I'm gonna lie, this shit was making me nervous at first.
what
Even for me. Like all
in
this.
the podcast.
Yeah, like
Oh, just so I could give
Yeah.
everybody some understanding. We recorded probably 2 months before we really started putting anything out.
yeah.
So there's other recordings that are out there that are probably not gonna make it
Yeah,
No, what they
to see the light, the
5 or
internet.
7, maybe 5 or 7.
So we've been practicing.
Yeah, we've been.
That's why
working.
we're so
We've been
good
working
at
on
this.
it.
We're,
Yeah.
we're working really hard. We've been working really hard.
You know, it's funny because like the wires, the stands and the wires, you know what I mean? The mic in your face, and it's just like,
It almost feels normal now, right?
Yeah,
yeah, it's just
Yeah.
it's what we do.
No, seriously, that's what I'm saying. That's what I like.
And this guy won't put on headphones.
bro.
I'd rather
that's crazy because I knew.
I'd rather not. I'd rather
It's
you will.
distracting.
I
Yeah,
really
Okay,
don't
how
care.
about we put them on? I put them on, but they're not plugged in.
What?
That makes no
It's the
sense.
Stupidest thing I've heard all
Bro,
day.
I do not. Bro, these headphones distract me, bro. They really
They distracted me too, but I powered through.
Okay, well, you're great.
Let's be professional. Let's be professional.
Yeah, and that's why I powered through.
Okay,
You
how
know
about
what I
we
mean?
flip a coin for it?
No, there's no flipping a coin.
Come on.
When you
I
start talking,
understand though.
when
I
you start,
do
but
understand
see, when
why you don't
start,
want to.
Oh man, my mic's cutting out. When you
But you
start
know-
talking and like say Jairo talks, you can hear him clearly in here. So that means there's a good recording. You've been talking, you've been doing this.
Yeah, you don't notice.
You don't notice it.
Yeah,
You're just
because-
talking normally, but when you're
Yeah,
right
yeah.
here, it's like, oh wow, I hear myself.
I'm
Like
not conscious about it.
I know that's what I'm trying to tell you. Get the
Also,
headphones
there's
on so you
no-
can be conscious of it.
Also, I love it because it doesn't like I have no room to interrupt. Because I hear you, and when I hear you speak, I'm just like, shh.
Yeah, you could hear him talking, and like you don't want to.
And it's badass because like
man.
when we're in it, when I'm in the middle of it, I feel like I'm I feel like I'm in the game, in the movie.
I'm getting the scrutiny, so I guess I'm gonna do it.
I'm trying to give you the pros of it. Like
No,
when
no,
I
I got
like
it,
how
I
I'm in
got
it
it.
right now, it's just like, oh, it's go time. I can hear me, I can hear him, I can hear you really, really amplified. Versus if I didn't, I'm just like, oh, okay, then this is just us talking.
I just heard like 3 or
know what I'm
4
saying?
pros to my 1 con.
Here, put this on.
3 or what?
It's like it's fun. You know what I mean? It's like it reminds me of making
distracting me.
music and
Well,
just
see,
like
for you it's easy, but
no, it's
I
not.
still
I never
understand-
made music.
I still don't understand how it's
It's not.
distracting.
It's
Bro. You know what? I think it had to do with the beginning of doing the podcast. It made me super nervous, and having this on,
Yeah.
made me more nervous.
More nervous?
because I was more conscious of me talking. And now that I'm listening to myself talk, I'm not as nervous as
See,
I
but here's
was
and yeah,
neither.
we are giving you scrutiny because you're the only one that does this because you want to have a conversation that's like a normal conversation.
right.
You see the difference?
Yeah,
You see the difference?
I do.
So
Yeah, you see?
our listeners are gonna hear the same thing.
Yeah, like you can hear
But
the difference
see,
now. Like you see, can you
that-
hear the difference now?
that's why I
like
need-
whenever you're talking over here versus whenever you're talking right here, it's just like, oh, we noticed that.
But that's-
and the listeners are gonna notice that.
but that's why I need my mic.
We're on his ass today.
No, the mic that you
just
got is
joking with
good.
y'all.
Is good. It's really good. But the thing is, it catches.
It's gonna catch you. It's gonna catch you. No, I'm just messing.
But you do hear the difference, though, right?
Yeah, I think I'm. You know what? I think I'm more comfortable now.
Is it
with
quite
it on
lovely?
than I was in the beginning.
Yeah, because I know the beginning, just the anxiety of everything.
Nervous.
The-
I was
the
nervous.
brand- yeah, the nervousness.
Super nervousness.
Like you don't need an extra like layer of
Right, nervousness.
Discomfort.
discomfort.
Yeah,
discomfort.
yeah.
But you remember, discomfort makes. I don't know what the saying is, but embrace your discomfort.
Bro, where'd you get that from? You know?
I don't remember. But
Joe
it's-
Rogan. Nah.
It's one of them.
Joe Rogan.
No,
It's out
really,
there.
they're
It was
out
Rogan,
there.
bro.
You got to be. That's where that co-plunge thing comes from.
Yeah, embrace
Is you
it.
got to be uncomfortable.
With the comfort, uncomfortable.
Yeah,
comfortable with the discomfort.
yeah.
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 So, I still haven't tried it. I'm going to try.
You
cold
haven't tried
showers.
it?
I'm going to try cold showers first.
Dude,
They make a difference.
Bro,
Even cold showers
in the
do.
sun-
Well,
Summer?
that's what I'm saying. Well, no, like
No, in the
all
summer?
year, all year round.
there. Oh yeah,
That's what I'm saying.
I noticed a couple times that I did a cold shower. I've done cold showers. I go to work energized, bro. Not
That's it. It gives you energy, dude. That's
I'm
what I
glad
hear.
that I'm saying this out loud because I've been feeling like sluggish every damn day, dude. And it's like, I remember one day I like bought like 3 big old bags of ice.
Yeah. Oh, you
And
were
I was
gonna
like-
do it?
Yeah, I did do it.
You did do it.
Yes,
Oh,
I
snap.
did do it. I think this was before the podcast.
Yeah,
though.
and that's kind of the other thing. So you remember about talking about I don't want to do this, the like really quick to eat fast
Yeah.
food. Same thing with the cold plunge, man. You have to like prepare to be uncomfortable.
right.
You have to like you're watching. How do you say?
So crazy.
You're watching. I'm not even going to get into because I can't even think of the saying. But you're essentially just preparing yourself to
suffer.
You're
to
shocking your
suffer.
body.
Yeah,
You're shocking your body. You're shocking yourself because you're not used to it,
right.
and it's waking you up. That's what it
It's-
is. Is that adrenaline? Just,
Yeah. So
And then when you get out, it's still like with you,
Bro,
and it's
for a little
lovely.
while.
and they
Yeah.
say it lasts for the whole day. For
Yeah.
it. Like,
It for sure
gives
does.
So I'm glad you said you noticed more energy and more
Hell yeah.
alertness.
I
And
did, too.
That's,
Hell
that's
yeah.
kind of what it is. Like
That's what
does.
I personally been needing. Ultimately, really been needing that because I feel like shit every
And my
day,
wife,
bro.
my wife. So she got her hair done with Grace.
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah,
Grace-
recently.
Yeah,
right?
recently. And Grace told her, oh, just make sure you wash it with cold water or take cold shower. Yesterday she had a doctor's appointment, so she was there getting ready with me, and I was already showered and everything, so I was just getting my hair done. So she jumps in the shower and she's like, "You're gonna hear me screaming." Like, why? So I'm gonna turn this cold water on, and she's like, "Oh."
Yeah, I know that feeling.
That's funny.
Man.
She's like, "I'm awake now."
Yeah, I did my first cold plunge in the summer, and this was last summer, and at that time, me and Isaiah, my nephew, shout out to my nephew, we were working out at the same gym because he was close by to it too.
Oh, okay.
And afterward, we would go to my house. I had my fridge, this old fridge that I had.
Yeah,
And we just-
yeah.
We'd put water
That's
and
what-
then we
that's all
threw
you need,
ice
bro.
in it.
Yeah, yeah.
And then, bro, oh my gosh, it was crazy. But it felt so good because it was summer. It was hot outside. So,
Yeah.
but man, it was like the best experience of my life. It was probably maybe I don't know. I don't even know how cold it was, bro. But it wasn't the coldest, obviously. I don't think it was no 40 degrees, but still, like if it was at 60 or
No, man, you
60 or
notice-
70,
Yeah, you notice the
it's
difference.
cold, bro. So it was cool.
Hey, did y'all hear? I don't know. I don't think this guy originated it, but like Rogan was talking about this guy that I believe he is the one that discovered the like all the benefits to it. So it was this guy, and I think it was in what is that damn place where there's all the ice everywhere? Not Colorado,
Iceland?
not Iceland, but shoot,
Some foreign country.
damn, it starts with an A, right?
Amsterdam? No.
No, bro, it's cold everywhere. It's cold there. Alaska.
Oh.
Alaska. There we
was gonna
go.
say
I'm so
Antarctica.
sorry, man. I'm so stupid sometimes. So like, this guy was like, he was in the middle of depression. He wanted to die. He wanted to kill himself.
Oh yeah,
You
I
know what
who
I'm
you're
talking about?
I know who you're talking about.
And so like this guy, he was like,
think it was in Germany,
I think he
bro.
lost his. Was it? I might be wrong, right? I might have some little facts off. But so, have you heard about this, Ray?
This man.
This guy,
Yeah.
he was
Yeah,
like,
tell
he
the
wanted
story.
to kill himself. I think his wife died. Was it his wife?
Wife. She killed herself.
And then so like this man, he had his dead wife, and he was like, distraught.
He had 2 kids too.
And did they die too?
No.
So he wanted to kill himself every day. He wanted to
Yeah.
kill himself. So what he would do, he would cut a hole in this lake,
Oh, okay.
and
Okay.
so he would jump in to basically try to, kill
End it,
himself.
yeah. Okay.
End it. And so like he'd go, and what he discovered is like every time he'd come out and survive that,
He'd feel like, I don't want to
he'd feel,
kill myself.
I don't want to kill
He'd
myself.
make it another
no
day.
more.
Wow.
He'd make
And
it another
he would
day.
do it consistently until the point where it
Yeah, those
All went
feelings
away.
of
He
stopped
depression went
thinking that
away.
way.
Started
Yeah.
thinking more positively,
and being there for his
just
kid.
because of that cold super
plunge.
cold ass water
Yeah.
that he
Wow.
was jumping into.
Imagine. That's
Jeez.
real cold out there, I'm sure.
Yeah.
It's like almost like damn, like you're being woken up in your spirit's being woken up. Like
Yeah.
Bro, that's shocking. That really is shocking you.
Hey,
that
we
feeling
got
like-
Edward converted.
Yeah, finally.
oh yeah,
But y'all listed of quite a bit of
bro.
few
Because like check
pros,
it out. It's
and
just
I'm like,
it's
dang,
lovely.
I'm with my one con. It's like I don't have nothing to
It's
back
because
it
look,
up.
I noticed one thing that like
Cons.
my eyes drift off all the time when I'm talking to somebody. I'm not good with eye contact most of the time. You know.
Let's talk about it. Why?
Yeah,
I
that's
don't
a
know.
good question.
I don't know. It's like
No, you know.
It's like an intimacy.
Yeah.
It's like I resist intimacy
Oh.
Why?
because you don't hug me enough, mom.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Maybe. Maybe. I don't
would-
know. I'm not. I don't know. And my sister would talk about that too, bro. Like
Is
you know.
she kind of the same way?
Oh heck yeah!
Really?
Mm.
She's
Interesting.
just like that, straight like that. Like,
Oh.
Well, and talk about
Big
hugs.
time.
Talk about hugs with this guy too.
dude, hugs too. Like because my sister will be transparent about that. Like my mom never hugged me growing
Yeah,
up,
yeah.
and that's why I find it weird. That's why
Whenever like a dude or anyone hugs.
That's
him.
why I find people weird. That's why it's just like, I would rather not talk to you. Like, stop talking to me. Like,
No, you're just an introvert, bro.
yeah, extremely. But
Introverted,
that
yeah.
did like that didn't mean I don't blame her. But yeah, in a sense, I do.
Still
but
hugs.
That didn't blame that.
Yeah.
That didn't
You know?
do me no favors. Not having intimacy early on did not do me no favors at all. You know what I
Gotcha.
mean?
No, I mean, if we do all that, I mean, we're pretty cool, you know.
Yeah.
But as far as like strangers, yeah, it's not gonna be a thing. Like,
Well, I would
nice.
say close relatives or friends or
Yeah,
it's good, but
family
You
members.
see, because look, the one time,
Let me ask you this really quick before you
Yeah.
go. Well, do you hug your daughters?
yeah, of course,
Okay.
yeah.
Are they kind of the same
Oh.
way? Like,
I'm so glad that I'm so glad that you said that because I was talking to me and Jackie were talking about this. Me and my sister were talking about this. She has her little boy Roy. He's like maybe barely turning one. He's like 1 year, one and something. And so like we're talking about like I didn't know that she felt this way, dude. Because like she was like I don't know who she was talking to. I don't know if she was talking to me directly or to somebody else about the same thing. And she was like, yeah, now that I have Roy, I love on him. I kiss him. I hug him because my mom didn't do that to me. And then I feel all I feel all jacked up. I don't want him growing up to feel all jacked up like that too. See, but look, I don't shower my daughters with love because of that. But I'm for sure acknowledging the fact that they're gonna grow up to not be like how I am too. You know what I mean? Like intimately awkward. Mm-hmm. That's the best word.
intimately awkward. I like that.
Like I'm so intimately awkward. You know what I mean? Awkward about intimacy so badly. It's just like, oh, get away from me. You know what I mean? Like just stay away from me. Don't even talk to me. You know what I mean? That's how I'm at work, dude. Like, because people like talk to me and stuff like, just brush them off most of the time. You know what I mean? And I think that might have because whenever I'm comfortable with you, you know what I mean, like how I'm very comfortable with you. I'm a silly person. I'm a silly person.
Yeah.
I'm out. I'm open. You know what I mean? Like you see a part of me that nobody will ever see.
Oh, I got you.
And I feel like that's cool. This helps too. It's like
I think
now
I'm the
y'all
same
know
way.
who I really am now.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like y'all may just see this shell of a Mexican dude who's just like, oh, this dude's kind of a prick because he doesn't talk to nobody. You know what I mean? Oh, the other day, even with you, even as close as we are, the last weekend, whenever we were praying in my house, dude, it got intimate. We got intimate with God together, right? Like how we just did in the back room. We got intimate with God in the same space. Right. And I was thinking to myself, like, when you get up, like, shake hands with Edward and hug him, bro. Because I wanted to. And I was like, and I felt like for some reason you needed to have a hug. Like, I wanted to be able to show you.
My bro's a hugger.
Yeah, I was like, I wanted to be able to show you, like, I love you. I want to show you with, you know what I mean? Like with the hug.
Just love, yeah.
I couldn't even do it. You can recall last weekend when we stood up, we kind of looked at each other like,
Yeah.
I couldn't even do that. Yeah. You know what I mean? Like, I was just like,
Yeah.
he knows. He knows.
He knows.
He knows how I
No,
feel.
I understand.
He knows how I feel.
I understand.
You know?
You were so even for me, I know eye contact for me for back then was a real like I couldn't really make eye contact with people just because it was like uncomfortable for me, and I never knew why, but I felt like it had to do just with shame.
For real?
Yeah, just shame. Like, oh, don't look at me, or insecurity. Insecurities here and there.
Definitely
like,
insecurity.
Yeah, insecurities. Like, oh, don't look at me. But I would do it, not like, oh, I'm insecure. No, I would do it like out of like instinct. It was like instinctual, but then I would feel something. I'd feel weird about it. I'm like, why am I feeling weird? But I think it has to do with some kind of level of insecurity or also too, bro. You know what's crazy? This might sound crazy.
Because like you're looking into somebody's soul.
Exactly. So I don't even know how to share this, but I feel like, okay, for example, like God is in us, right? If God is in people who pursue him, who follow him, who know him, and then there's people who don't believe in God, don't have God, so I feel like they're void of God. They're void of light. And so I feel like people who have God in them and they look into people's eyes who don't have God, who are void of God, they look down. They shame. Like not on purpose, but almost like it's an instinct. At least this is what I've noticed. Right? And I feel like sometimes, bro, this is gonna sound crazy, bro, but like when I look at people, bro, I lock their eyes. Like I always lock eyes with people, and then they immediately like, and they do. This is what and I'm like, I wonder why. Like normally when you look at somebody, you hope for a smile back, like,
That's what I do. Like,
agree, like, yeah. But no, I notice sometimes it's like even with people, bro, it's crazy. Like I notice when I look in their eyes, they're like Like
Yeah.
if a light flashed in their eyes or something. Now, bro, I don't know. It sounds crazy, I know, bro, but it's been kind of consistent, and I'm like,
You're you're
God's
for sure,
light, bro.
You're
You,
for
you
sure,
shine like a diamond.
Bro,
you're for
God,
sure
exactly.
touching on something that's
Spiritual.
You're touching on something that's spiritual. There's touching on something that's real, because I could say, like, when I'm at work, there's this person there. Hey, if you get mad, you get mad, right? There's this person there, and like I can tell that she's like, I know that I'm not ugly, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
This person knows that she's not ugly, but I know that this person, she probably has somebody in her life. I know that I have somebody in my life.
Yeah.
And it's like, me and this person, we always avoid eye contact. Why? And I know why. It's because of loyalty.
Yeah, like a
It's
form
because,
of
like,
respect.
Respect,
it's like,
yeah.
you can't even look at me for more than like 4 seconds before there would be like that, like, oh. You know what I mean? Like,
Ooh.
no, don't even, no.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, on the cool, it's just like, you know what? You know you're too pretty. You know that I'm too, you know that you find me attractive, so just,
Yeah.
no. You know what I mean? And, like, needless to say, I've worked at this place for like 4 months. We've never said not one word to each other. Even whenever she wants to or needs to, she won't.
Yeah.
And then, like, another person there, like, they'll like, she's a nice lady. She's pregnant, I think, still. And, like, she'll, like, look at me. Like, every time she looks at me, I notice it. Like, everybody else, she don't do it, though. Like, she looks at me and she'll just be like, big old smile, bro. Like, yeah. And I'm saying it's like, oh, like, you have a lot of love inside you. You know what I mean? Like, you have a lot of
Right.
love that's flowing outward.
Right.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Your love
She's
is
spewing it out.
yeah. It's like you're a, what do you call that? Like a like the water hose outside, like a spigot.
Okay, yeah.
You're like a spigot of love right now. You're just turned on all the way to the max. And it's like some people are just like, you're all the way you're all the way turned off, and you're tightly turned off.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And it's just like, you gotta wonder, because that's me in my past, and I would say all the way up to my future. I mean, to my present. In the future, I want to be more. I want to spew out more love. You know what I'm saying? But right now, and it's like, damn, dude, Michael. And by the way, Michael Todd is the one that said that story with the lumberjacks. By the way, and EB just, like, he amplified it. Anyways, he was using this one. How would you call that? Like a presentation. So, like, he had like a water hose, and he's like, here's this water hose of love, and it's constantly, like, it's constantly flowing and overflowing your cup. And so he's like saying, somebody's like stood behind him, and that person represents, like, your parents, and so, like, that represented my mom, and, like, love was like love was in short supply for her. She wasn't getting it that much. She was getting it from my grandma, from her mom, but she wasn't getting it from a dad's perspective that much, because he died. He died early on in her life. And so, like, that kind of, whenever you grab a water hose and you can go like that.
Yeah.
So that's what happened. The flow stopped, like, the flow of love kind of got
binded.
Got binded. Lovely word. That love got binded. And it's just like, so when at the end of that hose, it was just like, here, now this is for Jairo. And it's just like, I'm only getting little drips.
Oh, yeah.
That's why I'm not able to even show affection that much.
Right.
Affection, yeah.
But now I'm having to, like, I'm having to loosen up that, unbind that, you know what I mean? So that I can give it an overflow to my daughters and overflow them with this intimacy.
Yeah.
Every time I see them, kiss them, hug them. Every now and then, randomly, I'll be like, hey, Mary, guess what? You'd be like, what? I love you. Like, not even 2 seconds later, or 2 minutes later, and do it again. You know what I mean? Just overflow
Overdo
them.
it. Yeah,
Overdo
yeah.
it. You know what I mean? Like, all the way to the point they think that I'm a dork. You know what I mean?
Well, that's
Like,
kind of what the dad's supposed to do, be a dork.
yeah. And I'm trying to, like,
Tease them.
I'm trying to, yeah.
Almost embarrass them.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
See, yeah, man. And, like, I always used to wonder that, bro, because Chris, bro, like, the way him and his mom were, like, every time they would, like, part ways, he, like, she'd be like, oh, he'd be like, all right, mama, I'm leaving. They had to embrace, and she had to kiss him, and she had to call him Chrissy Poo. You know what I mean? It was just like this. It's like this is gonna happen in front of your little friends. Doesn't matter, and he wouldn't even care. Like
he embraced it.
Yeah, he embraced it. And then like
it was love. It was all love.
And then like I was just like, I remember always looking at that like, why the hell don't you ever hug me? Like what? Like I always knew. I always like kind of like not envied, but I was wondering. I was like curious. Like why? How come I don't have that? How come I don't have that? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I know she loves me. You know what I mean? Obviously, she feeds. Being a younger kid, obviously. Being young. Obviously, and then like my mom has always been like that person where it's like, I show my love by my actions.
Yeah.
Not with my body, but with the things that I actually do for you.
Cooking,
I have this cleaning, going to work every single day. That should tell you that I love you enough. I shouldn't have to give you anything else. I shouldn't have to give you your little freaking hug that you so need.
Yeah. Although it was really important.
Obviously. Although it would,
for sure.
Talking about it.
That really would have helped. And I don't know how that would have helped. I don't know. Maybe I would have found
affection-wise, or they would have made you feel like more secure or
confident.
okay with.
So you would be able to look at people.
Yeah, hug people
for longer.
Because be actually like vulnerable that way, like intimate with people.
Yeah.
Even though you don't have like a, and it doesn't have to be for just a lady or your
a friend,
spouse or a friend. Yeah, it could be a friend.
Yeah, because I have this one friend I was talking. I remember this is a while back though. I was talking to him, and he's talking to me about something very serious, and like I'll be, he'd be like right here, and I'll just be like, look at me, bro. But like, why?
Because I want you. I want to engage.
He's like, I feel like you're not listening to me, bro.
That's another thing too. Like if you're not like making, that's another. It's a form of respect,
right? So
like if you're talking and then I'm looking at you, it's like you got me engaged. Right. And if you're just doing this, like are you listening
phone,
to me? Yeah.
And that's weird because have you ever seen that movie with it's called Ride Along with Kevin Hart?
Yes.
And Ice Cube. Whenever he's like playing like this African leader, and he's like,
oh yeah,
he's like, do not look me in my eye.
Yeah.
and it's like it's funny because that makes me wonder. I wonder if y'all gonna help me unravel this. Why is it that some because I think it was that movie Rundown 2 with The Rock and those pygmies or whatever the heck they were. They're whooping his ass. Whatever.
Yeah, okay.
And basically because whenever Sean William Scott, he's hilarious. Love that guy from American Pie.
Yeah, yeah.
He's telling him because they get they feel so disrespected whenever you're talking to them, and he's like don't he's like when you look at them because he's trying to get him in trouble. You remember in that scene? I don't know if you remember.
I don't remember the movie.
He's like
I'm following.
Look into his eyes. He's like, I want you to keep looking into his eyes when you're talking.
Okay,
to him.
I do remember.
And he's
part.
like, have a fierce gaze. Yeah. Fierce gaze. He keeps telling him fierce gaze. So like he keeps looking him in his eye, and he's like, who does this guy think he is? Looking at me in my eye.
Right.
Like, why are you looking at me in my eye? Yeah. You know what I mean? Like I've always felt that way, bro. Like even like me how I was in school. Like, don't look at me. Don't look at what you looking at, boy. What you looking at, homeboy? You dogging me?
Yeah.
That's why.
That's what we.
Why?
That is another thing. So that's another part of the system too, man. Remember the system?
Yeah. Tell me about that.
So I mean, it's just like all little things that. So okay, the prison system.
Yeah.
If you're staring somebody down, that means you're disrespecting them or dogging them. So you have that mentality like you're in prison.
Yeah.
You're not in prison.
Yeah. Right.
Well, that's where it probably
like
stems from.
Yeah, like jail or anything like that. If you're looking at somebody, then that means you're trying to make eye contact with them,
bro.
It's like
it's funny to the point where like somebody like it's funny because I see it in movies and stuff, and then like somebody's dogging somebody like that, and then they're just like, "Damn, what's wrong with you, bro? You're hurt. You're hurt. You know what I mean? Did you get a hug enough? You didn't get enough love growing up. That's what it is.
It's hurt.
Yeah. That is what it is.
It's hate. It's
like I carry that around with me.
It's like
you know what I mean?
If I'm looking at somebody and that's the reaction I get, it's like, why are you looking at me? Or like it makes them feel insecure. But also it's like, okay, now I'm seeing what's inside of you. It's coming out,
and that's hurt.
And it's hate, pain,
insecurity,
anxiety, insecurity,
fear, worry.
all that
because like
all that's
because
just
like
spewing out.
example, like if you're looking into a secure man's eyes,
He could look right back
he's
at
probably
you
gonna
like,
be like,
Hey, what's
"Hi."
up, bro? My name's
You
my name's Ray. What's
wave,
up?
yeah.
Oh, wow,
like, are
bro.
you all right, bro? Is it okay? Are you okay? Is everything all right? And because you're just looking at me, it's kind of it's kind of you're gonna explain yourself.
I'm not even gonna like, hey, bro, how you doing?
Yeah,
Start a conversation. You know,
Right.
if he's willing to start a conversation, then I know where he's at.
bro. But I've met crazy people where they would just look you like, but they're crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm asking like, hey, bro, how you doing? Like I would confront them. Are you doing? You all right? And they were just, bro, like dead
what?
silence.
Like what?
Or
It was weird, bro.
Or
What you
it's
Probably demonic too at the same time, bro. Like I don't know, but yeah, I've
Demonic?
seen some people, bro, crazy people like in homeless people,
yeah.
like nothing, bro. Just keep staring, like a little child would, like how little kids just
That's
kind of just
trippy.
like amazed,
Well,
or they're just curious and just watching you, and they're just like,
Yeah. Well,
no blinks or whatsoever.
Also, if they're homeless, they're probably on security mode. They're like, okay, is this person
That's
gonna
true.
hurt me or scouting you out? Like, are you gonna
Yeah.
come towards
or hurt me.
or hurt you? Yeah.
Yeah.
But stuff like that, you
I
definitely.
know what you
was
mean. Like they're acting like they're out in the wild or some shit.
Yeah. Well, they technically are
Yeah, in the concrete jungle.
concrete jungle. Yeah.
But kids though, they do it too. They just stare sometimes. But I think
That's
it's
just out of
just the
curiosity.
purity. I think
Yeah, the purity,
Like the little
curiosity.
kids, bro, they're just there all shy, all hugged up on their mom or dad, and
But they're still looking at
They're-
you like
yeah,
this.
they're
They're
like-
like,
yeah, and I'm like,
Yeah, like at a line at
I
Six
just like,
Flags.
hey, like hi.
yeah, and that's what they.
And some kids open up right away, like, oh, hey.
yeah, become friendly.
yeah.
That's true.
Because I deal with a lot of kids,
Yeah.
and I do the same thing. I just try to break the ice, like, oh, hey.
Yeah,
And, they could be like,
Yeah.
or they could be like, my name is such and such.
Yeah.
Like, yo,
Outgoing.
Like, whoa.
And then that's when I'm like, so? Get out of here, kid.
yeah, yeah.
Hey, you know what blows my mind about my sister, bro? Oh my god, I need to talk to her about this. I'd love to talk to her about this on the pod. Like, it's crazy because like before she had her son, dude, like, and she's married and stuff. She's like, I'm never having kids. Fuck,
Yeah.
f that. I'm never. I hate them. Oh, kids. Oh, gagging at the thought of.
That's
having
kind of
kids.
where my kids are right now.
Yeah.
You know.
Like, oh, kids, no.
Yeah, and then baby time.
We're waiting.
Baby time.
Out
That
they
baby
come.
hit my sister in the face, bro.
Oh, dang.
Literally and figuratively. And so she's like, now she's all like, I never thought, because the other day we're at the park, and I'm with my babies and she's like,
Roy.
whoever thought we would have kids, Haro? I'm like,
Roy
yeah.
Joy.
I was like, it'll kick in. She's like, do you ever stop and think like, damn, I'm a parent? Like,
Yeah, all the time.
yeah,
Still to this day, I
it's
still do.
sinking in 5 years later. You know what I mean? Like yeah, but I understand that phase of it.
Yeah.
And then it's just funny. Why I bring it up? It's funny because you know what she does for a living? She's a damn daycare teacher.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
It's like, woman,
Yeah.
I thought you didn't want to have kids. Now you're taking care of other people's kids.
Yeah. Yeah.
And it's like, I guess, like, she kind of fell in love in a sense. I don't know. I would love to hear her perspective, but I'm feeling like,
her mentality
saved it.
switched.
yeah.
You should ask that.
Yeah,
You should save
yeah.
it. For,
My wife used to be a daycare teacher.
For real?
Yeah, she's to this day she's still pretty good with like little kids and
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah. To this
So it's
day.
definitely something.
Yeah.
I think it's a gift, bro.
No,
Definitely.
it really
Because
is.
it's like, oh my god, like you look at yourself and you look at somebody who's dealt with kids for a long time too, and they're great with them, and it's like, how do you should do that? Like, how do I be that? Because whenever I'm like authoritative to my kids, they just. But when it's somebody else, it's like you have that grace in your life, and you're like that too. But they're at the same time attentive and not afraid of you. It's like,
Yeah.
that's something. That's something special about that. 'Cause
Yeah.
I can't get that same reaction. Like, remember how at the Jetty's party?
Yeah.
And how I always ask Jessica, like, hey,
Jessica's-
can you, bro? But she gets their attention like that, and it's like, man, that's amazing. But for
It's
me,
funny. It's weird.
When I tried,
when you watch it, you're like, what?
when I
just
tried,
happened?
bro, remember I tried before
Yeah.
I asked her. I was like, and there everybody playing still. I'm like, bro, I thought I was loud, bro, but no, I wasn't loud enough apparently. And great, Jessica came in and she took over and
It's like there's
got everything in order, bro.
It's like there's authority in her presence.
Yeah.
And yeah, I'm telling you, it's a gift or something because it's
Yeah.
like, wow, it's amazing how it just happens that way. When you look,
It's
at
almost like it's like that individual person, Jessica, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's like almost like she has that dog whistle sound. For them.
Almost, yeah, for kids.
Like
But she
kids,
really
for kids,
does.
yeah.
It's just like, hey, whenever I speak, you listen.
Listen.
Yeah, yeah.
I don't even have to demand that. You're gonna listen.
Right.
It doesn't like
Yeah.
it's not even like a coming in like a
It's funny though.
aggressive way. It's just like, okay, everybody.
Yeah. It's cool.
All right, y'all. I think we should roll credits.
That's roll credits.
Roll them.
That's probably
Skidaddy here.
It's good.
That's probably like 2 or 3
Skidaddy.
episodes right there.
We'll see. We'll see. All right, y'all.
We're out.
We're out. Peace.
God bless.